Okay, Chuck Wilson, welcome back to Connecting the Dots. Lots to connect still. In fact, the title for this one is Keep on Connecting the Dots. Keep your eyes open and keep on connecting the dots because so much is happening. I'm just going to hit a couple of things that kind of reinforces what we've already talked about. First of all, in the Jerusalem Post, Russia slams Israel in attempt to gain power and influence in the Middle East. Analysis. Russia slams Israel in an attempt to gain power and influence in the Middle East. Russia is seeking to bring Turkey and the Syrian regime together while also working closely with Iran. What does this remind us of? Ezekiel 38. It continues to go on. It continues to intensify. Ezekiel 38 is being set up. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov put out several statements over the last few days that include claims that Israel is provoking Iran. That's right, Israel is provoking Iran, and suggesting that Hamas and Hezbollah cannot be defeated. He says they can't be defeated. The comments were seen positively in Iran, blah, blah. Lavrov has said that the assassination of the head of the Hamas political bureau was an attempt to provoke Iran, and that Iran will never submit to provocative actions. They would never provoke anybody or respond to provocation, right? Of course not. Iran categorically does not want to succumb to provocations, to get involved in any large-scale military actions. Oh, of course not. They are trying to provoke it. Talk about Israel. The murder of Hamas political leader in Tehran at the inauguration ceremony of the new president is, of course, a provocation. Sure. Iran did not react then, but stated that it reserves this right because its territorial integrity and sovereignty were violated. Blah, blah, blah. It seems that Tel Aviv is the only party that wants to start a big war because Russia and Ukraine is not a big war. But anyway, between Iran and Israel, with the intervention of neighboring countries, they want to start a war and get other countries to intervene, i.e. the United States. That's what he's getting at. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And just so you realize that he's not bluffing. Lavrov is not bluffing. I'll read a headline here because I didn't run off properly. Russia says the West is playing with fire and makes chilling World War III warnings directly to the United States. He says. Well, let me just read what he says here because they're playing war games right now with tactical nuclear weapons. They're playing these war games. They're not messing around. They're very, very serious about this. He says here that. He says right here, Russia says that it has warned that World War III could be triggered if Ukraine is allowed to fire Western missiles deep within Russia. And he reminded the United States that it won't just be in Russia. He says if we keep allowing the Ukraine to shoot these long-range missiles that we're supplying into Russia, this is going to start World War III, and the World War III will not be limited. Their response with their missiles, their nuclear missiles, will not be limited to Europe, i.e. it's going to come to the United States. And these guys, like I said, the war games, listen, this is possible because we've already talked about that. The United States is not in the book of Daniel, Revelation. Something could neutralize us. Could be we neutralize ourselves with some kind of civil unrest, civil war, a fracturing. But Russia is there in the Bible, in Daniel, Revelation, very clearly there. Ezekiel 38 also. And so they could very well attack us. And who knows what would come of that, right? And to prove that they're not bluffing, Russia just launched the largest air assault on Ukraine since the start of the war with devastating consequences. And where is my news source? I can't find the news source. But anyway, Russia has launched its largest air attack on Ukraine since the beginning of the war. Ukrainian leader Zelensky has said the attacks were aimed at Ukrainian energy infrastructure across the country. The attacks on Monday killed at least 7 people. They were followed by further attacks on Tuesday morning, sparking fears of the war continuing to escalate. Hear that? Escalate, which, of course, Zelensky would like it to escalate. He'd like the U.S. and the EU to jump in and on their side. But if it does, you know where this is going. If it escalates, keep your eyes open. Keep on connecting the dots. Very, very important. Keep watching because this could all spark at any time. And it's going to happen. Ezekiel 38, Daniel, Revelation. We know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Keep your eyes open and keep on trusting in Jesus. See you next time.